Wendy and Tej Kohli, what is your foundation and how did it all start?
Wendy and I got together in 2005, felt we had to do something for our fellow human beings, and we were looking for a cause when we were approached by a small group, and there were 12 disabled children of different categories, and we took them under our care, and we tried to help them, and we had different results from these 12. It was very gratifying. And then we went to...
Then we decided to go to more marginal areas in San Jose where the kids go to school, but they don't eat anything. The school, they don't provide food. So we decided to open these dining halls. Then they can come and have a lunch, snacks during the day, every day. So we help the families, we help the kids. Now we are working with the kids in parallel, teaching them, educating about conservation, about recycling, about helping the mothers to also be sustainable, that they can do something, not just depend out of these things. You know, they can do little jobs to learn and do a few other things.
From that, we became somewhat known, and I was approached by an eye hospital in India to see if we could get into cornea transplants, which is what we are known for now. And I remember the first one we ever did. This one was a person, I was in the room when he was 54 years old, had never seen his wife. He was married when he was blind. And he, because of this cornea transplant, for the first time he saw his wife and his two grown-up children, two grown-up sons who were both in the room, 22 and 20 years old. And so that was the first one. It was an eye-opener. The pun is not intended. It was an eye-opener, to say the least, and I was overwhelmed. And now there are two aspects to our Tej Kohli Foundation and Cornea Institute and whatever else we have there. There are two aspects to it. One is where we actually donate money to help cure through donor cornea. And there's lots of that, and we do other things as well. We do cataracts. We have buses going in very poor areas. I think you have seen these buses, and these buses go with ophthalmologists to poor areas and help with cataracts, which is much easier to cure than cornea. So those things are happening, but while that is happening, we are not solving the bigger problem towards achieving our goal of ending at least cornea blindness or part of it, or most of it, by 2035, 2040.
And prevention is very important to achieve that goal.
Yeah, prevention is a big part of that. And I think in that part, I'm less satisfied with our what we have achieved, because we have to make some scientific strides. And we are the right people. I'm a technologist, and I think we have to bring to bear some form of technology, which we are now getting deeply into. Last 5 years, we have focused more on the technological side while keeping this other thing going at the same time. So it's a kind of a balancing act, but we are becoming more and more focused on the scientific side now, trying to bring in more scientists. As you might have heard, we have more recently aligned with Massachusetts Eye and Ear. We just gave them $2 million. We will probably give them more. We are forming a very big group of scientists who can help us cure blindness with technology. So those are the two different things. It's a big job, but we are up to it.
Things have moved on since 2005. What's the focus of the Tej Kohli Foundation today?
So we have set up a collaborative entity called Tej Kohli Applied Research. And it consists of all the leading entities, or many of them, from all over the world. And we are coming up with some form of cornea which has the maximum acceptance by any human being in general, and without having to go into retracing it to what you would call stem cell research type, where there is you have to use the cells of your own cornea. Now, if we did that, I'm sure the rejection rates would be very low. But it's not possible to do that for everyone. That would take a lot of manpower. It's very expensive. It certainly would be more expensive than even donor cornea, which is an expensive surgery. It costs over $1,000 per surgery. Now we are trying to come up with something that works for everyone, has the least rejection rates, and this collaborative body that I'm putting up now with Dr. Miller as his chairperson, it should help us come up with a solution, at least as it pertains to cornea blindness.
In 2019, you announced a new program with Massachusetts Eye and Ear, which is a teaching hospital of Harvard Medical School. What is the objective of that program?
So we have several objectives with them. We have a long-term plan with them, but as a starting point, we have entered into an agreement with them where they are going to further a cause they've been working on called the nanostring technology. This is essentially a preventative form of detecting early detection of cornea blindness, and this is very, very rewarding because they have been working on this for a while. So it's very nice to get involved with something which someone has been working on, which ties in with your ideas, which is cornea blindness, and happens to be at the end of the research, where we come in with some kind of a contribution which we have done. And I think this is the beginning of our relationship with Harvard Medical School, not the end by any means. We are very happy, and if this comes to bear the way we expect, I think it will help many millions of people, and we will be working with them in a collaborative way in more ways than one, I think.
And of course, you're well known for the Tej Kohli Cornea Institute.
Yes, so Tej Kohli Cornea Institute is part of, it is first of all, it's a part of a hospital, and it was started in 1987 by Dr. Rao. We respect him a lot. He's indeed a transformational person, and he has Tej Kohli Cornea Institute is part of this hospital, LV Prasad, but it's absolutely geared towards cornea. We do tens of thousands, if not more, cornea transplants every year. Along with LVPI, we do 1.5 million cures in other forms of blindness a year. And Dr. Rao and I have one great philosophy which we believe in and we have affected, and that is anybody who comes to our institute is not turned away, notwithstanding the fact whether they can pay for it or not. This is probably the only eye hospital in the world which does that. Dr. Rao started it. I'm trying to help him achieve this goal. So if you're blind or if you have any ailment and you come to our institute in India, we will attend to you no matter what, whether you can pay for it or not. I don't think many eye hospitals do that. I'm sure some do want to do it, but it's very hard to do it. And I'm very proud that we are able to do it. It's Dr. Rao deserves more credit for it than even we do.
So how does impact initiatives fit into the Tej Kohli Foundation?
Well, it's been a great opportunity for me because I'm from Costa Rica, so my heart is into nature, into animals. And in Costa Rica, we are very lucky that the natural resources are amazing. A lot of people know about it. We're being improved, and we are well known for the sustainability energy, especially, and how we're trying to help our systems and keep the nature as it is with a lot of protecting areas. So with the kids, for example, we are working and educate them since young age how to recycle, how can we improve even if you use the plastic, do something else about that. So one of the projects we have that I'm very excited about it, we're helping the red macaws in the Pacific. We're helping the turtles as well, the nesting. So a lot of people tend to steal the eggs. So we're having a lot of volunteers helping us with that. With the red lapas on macaws, the people who used to come and steal the little bears to sell them, they're the ones who are helping us to put the nest on top of the trees. So it's very exciting that we're getting the community involved on that, in the preservation. Of course, the children is a big inspiration for us, and it's very exciting to see how they go to school well fed, which is very important. We are also helping the mothers to do something by themselves to be more sustainable. We're trying to avoid to have too many kids per family, educating them. We have a lot of health fairs coming with doctors, with dentists. Even we have lawyers coming to help social issues. That happens a lot in this type of places. So we are very happy with all the progress we're doing with the kids in these areas. And we are also going to the rural areas where there is no access or whatever. Like the government don't get too much involved, like in something like Talamanca, where the original Indians are indigenous from Costa Rica. So we are helping twice a year at least. We'll bring things for them that they can need. We give little education as well. We have big control neutralizing the animals in those areas as well, so we don't have too many cats or dogs on the streets. We're working a lot with that as well. So everything is parallel.
Wendy, Tej, thank you very much for joining me, and I wish the Tej Kohli Foundation lots of success.